Welcome back, team. So I accidentally quit caffeine permanently, and I know you're probably just like, how on earth do you accidentally quit caffeine for the rest of your life? And you know what? I'm gonna take you through that because I was actually doing an experiment for YouTube and my personal life, and I accidentally ended up actually quitting caffeine for the rest of my life. So let me take you through it. So I have pretty bad eczema, and I've had a pretty bad flare-up since May of 2021 that just would not go away. I went to doctors, I tried a bunch of things in my personal life, I got on steroids, so prescription medicine for eczema, one of the strongest steroids that they prescribe, and that was kind of my breaking point because I absolutely hate using medication unless I absolutely need to. And eczema is actually like a skin condition. It's just your skin is more sensitive and has certain properties that cause eczema. And so I was like, I need to find a way to deal with this because this is me, it's my skin. I need to find a way so I don't have to deal with bad eczema flare-ups for the rest of my life. And so I was researching some more, and somehow the idea popped into my head that, hey, what if caffeine is causing my flare-ups? What if caffeine is making things worse for me? And so I thought, you know what? Let's try it out. Let's try quitting caffeine for a week and let's see what happens. So that's exactly what I did. I quit caffeine for 7 days initially. So just as a disclaimer before I actually get into details of the experiment, I drink chai, which has a mild concentration of caffeine. It is by no means anywhere near the amount of caffeine in coffee. So take that with what you will and just keep that in mind when I talk about how the experiment went, because if you're on coffee, in my experience at least, this will be tough for you. So just keep that in mind as I go through this. So how did the experiment go? Well, let's just say it was very, very, very tough because previous to this experiment, I was drinking tea every single day. And I mean like a thermos full of tea at work, at home, on the weekends, so on and so forth. Every single day, religiously, I was drinking tea with sugar, may I add, because I like my sweet tea. And so I was literally just like hard stopping myself, and my mind was just like, hello Ruha, where's our tea? And so from day one, I was so lethargic, and it was very surprising because I didn't realize how lethargic I would be and how tired I would be and how much I would crave tea. Like seriously, the cravings, like just the smell, because the rest of my family drinks it, the smell, like it would pull at my almost non-existent heartstrings. Like it was just, oh, it was a tough 7 days. Now, luckily, you actually get to see me suffer and, you know, go through this painful process, because I did a quick summary every single day through this 1 week experiment to kind of give my thoughts every single day and how I was feeling and how my eczema looked as well. So you actually get to see all of this firsthand. So here you go. Alright, it's day 2 of this caffeine boycott, and my head is so fuzzy. It was really fuzzy yesterday as well, but I think I'm having coffee or caffeine withdrawals or something, or like giant withdrawals, I don't know. Anyways, but my eczema like feels better already, like 1 day, and it already feels and almost looks better too. So good signs. I haven't really changed anything else up in my routine. I wanted to keep that consistent so I could actually confidently test this hypothesis. But yeah, that's the update for today. Alright, so day 4 just finished-ish, and I just want to talk a little bit about how today went. It was overall fine, but I'm definitely itchy. Like I have that desire to just itch my skin again, and I swear it's because of the tiramisu that I ate yesterday that I'm pretty sure had coffee in it, and it's just kind of reaffirming my belief that coffee is aggravating my skin, or caffeine is aggravating my skin, because I don't actually drink coffee specifically. I do take in caffeine though. Anyways, my skin was so itchy today, and it's getting red again, especially like this area right here on my hand, and my neck is starting to itch again. Like I'm getting that feeling again, like just wanting to itch. And so yeah, got a little caffeine in my system, so reaffirming my hypothesis. Let's see how tomorrow goes. Okay, so I forgot to film on day 5 and day 6. Today is day 7. The experiment is finally over. Thank the Lord, because oh my god, I was so tired at work today. Like my brain was exploding. Today was just such a tough day at work, and I needed my tea. Like I needed my tea. I needed it. I didn't want it, I needed it. But anyways, the experiment is over. Yeah, I'll put my conclusions in the actual video, but as you can see, my eczema is way better. On my hands even, it's way better. I am still itchy all of a sudden. Day 5 and day 6 I was itchy, and then it got better. Now I'm itchy on my neck again, so I'm not quite sure if the hypothesis is true, but like I said, I'll do a conclusion in the actual video. Now, with my tired self out of the way, and you've probably already extrapolated this, did this help my eczema? No, it did not, unfortunately. It did not help my eczema, at least permanently. You know, I continued to have flare-ups and have my eczema get inflamed, like my skin get inflamed again. It was not as extreme as it was when I was drinking tea, so I noticed that it wasn't as bad. But what was it the cause of my eczema? No, it was not. My eczema still existed, and it was still, like, I still had flare-ups. And so that hypothesis was rejected. So with that conclusion, you're just like, okay, Ruha, so you did an experiment, quitting caffeine for 7 days. It wasn't true because it didn't help your eczema. Your hypothesis turned out to be not true, and you love drinking tea. You craved it so much. So how on earth do you go from that to quitting it permanently? Well, let me explain. So even though my eczema didn't go away, through this experiment, I realized how much more steady my energy was in the day the more and more I didn't drink tea. So in the initial days, I had a lot of lethargic energy. Like I was just so lethargic, and I just was so tired and didn't want to do anything, and my head felt really fuzzy, like literally getting off a drug, honestly. The more and more time I spent not drinking coffee, the more and more I realized how much more steady my energy was throughout the day, which I really liked, because I just hated the idea of needing to rely on caffeine or a cup of tea every single morning to get going. Like I just hated that routine. I hated it while I was doing it, but I just craved it so much that I continued to do it. And so when I realized that my energy was a lot more steady, and more so the fact that I had taken that first hard step of actually getting myself off of that daily routine of drinking caffeine, which I did not like. I honestly did not like needing to rely on something. I'm one of those people that just likes things to be natural without needing to rely on things to get me moving and pushing me. When I realized I had already taken that hard step, and I could just continue doing what I was already doing, and I wouldn't need to rely on an external product to get me through the day, to, you know, push myself and challenge myself, and I could also have, you know, a good steady flow of energy throughout the day without crashing. It was just like my mind was made up, even though I craved it so much. And even now, when my family makes tea and I just smell it, like I'll just waft it. Like wafting is something you learn in your science classes. You basically like waft the smell towards you. My heart slowly dies inside, but I feel so much better throughout the day. So I'm going 3 to 4 weeks strong, haven't drank any caffeine within those days, and it's going fantabulous. Like I see the benefits, I see my energy, I love the fact that I'm not relying on anything. So that is exactly how I quit caffeine permanently, by accident. By doing an experiment for a week, trying to get rid of my eczema, then realizing that, hey, yeah, I didn't get rid of my eczema, but I actually really like not drinking caffeine. Even though I die a little bit inside every time I smell it, I'm gonna continue doing it. And so there you have it. That's how it happened. So with that, if you're like me, who likes things natural, likes to keep it natural, doesn't like to rely on external products and substances to keep them going, then you know what? I challenge you to try out this and just question yourself. You know, do you truly need that drink to keep you going? Do you actually really, really need it? Will you see any benefits without it? Is it worth it to quit it? That's the questions that I challenge you with. So with that, I hope you enjoyed, and I'm gonna say, until next time.